Let's explore how to gradually incorporate meditation into your daily routine. In the second to the most recent Alien movie, the android surreptitiously inoculates someone with an alien ovum. And as he prepares the trap, as he puts the alien ovum just inside the brim of a glass, he whispers, "From little seeds, great trees grow." Of course, I'm paraphrasing. Similarly, if the best you can do is set aside 5 minutes once every 12 hours or so, that is actually a good start. For during that 5-minute session, you can recite a concise contemplation. I'll point those out during tonight's practice. And then you can rest in mindfulness and meditation. And I'll explain how to do that in a few moments as well. The 14th Dalai Lama, one of the 14th Dalai Lama's late teachers, Dilgo Khyentse, used to teach that an earnest wish is like an irrigation canal. It can alter our circumstances for the better. And there are few wishes as auspicious as the wish to practice Dharma, as the wish to contemplate and meditate in a transformative way with the altruistic intention of being a better person, an asset to your family members and neighbors and friends and the like. This is the effortless manifesting of centered spontaneity. So even if you practice just for a few minutes, you are feeding the neurology that's responsible. That's the opposite of being scattered or the opposite of being rigid and controlling. Instead of being a scattered spontaneity, we effortlessly begin to practice a centered spontaneity. As we sit in mindfulness, we will notice various desires, including the desire to meditate for longer periods than just 5 minutes a pop. And as we relax during our exhalation, we will find ourselves transcending obstacles to that wish. This is what the Tibetans refer to as the spontaneous fulfillment of wishes. Now, I look forward to meditating and chanting with you. Now, after about 30 seconds of housekeeping, got to push the right button in the right sequence, and I'm going to get up as I speak to you. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I spent more than 8 hours a day, every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering all the teachings of all the sects and their practices as well, so that you would not have to. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. And don't be shy. Go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat window. We're going to practice the Tersar Ngondra that was written in the 1800s by Dojam Lingpa, translated into English from the Tibetan under the supervision of Tulku Thondup, and adapted as well as amplified by yours truly. We're going to every technique we're going to play with tonight fits in one of 4 categories. The first category is energy work. It's known by many names, such as Anu Yoga, or Tigle, or Bindu Mahamudra, or completion stage. So we're going to recite 4 lines. We're going to consider them to be figurative statements. They're going to help our energy to coalesce within our central channel and ascend to our crown chakra. We're going to place our hands in the puckered palm position overhead as if it was a cumulus cloud. Together. Oh, Lama, please come to this crown. Oh, infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Oh, Lama, please come to this crown. Infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. Oh, Lama, please come to this crown. Oh, infallible, constant protector who knows all Dharma things. As children, our first bike most likely had training wheels, and although they were ungainly, they probably got the job done. Similarly, our first exercise this evening is also ungainly. During each inhalation, we can recite the 12-syllable statement that is not an affirmation, for it deals not with belief, but with facts. Perceiving this very turbulent play of mind. Now I'm going to take a moment to protect your eyes. Oh, actually, it's right there. No need to do that. So every time we breathe in, we automatically and effortlessly access the sympathetic nervous system ensconced within the thoracic region of our spinal cord, which makes this perception possible. This perception, which is vulnerable, passive, visceral, and random. Every time we exhale, we effortlessly access the parasympathetic nervous system, which is ensconced within the lower lumbar region and the tippy top of the cervical region of the self-same spinal cord. This is what empowers both physical relaxation and mental release, as silently and mentally we recite relaxing into mind's non-graspable nature. Now, this is an inferred metaphor. So here's how it's going to work. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as if it was as non-graspable as the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn that defies our efforts to grasp at it and pull back a handful of blue. So together, let's practice Cowabunga. The second category of this evening's recitations pertain to sutric contemplations. The entirety of the Buddhist path can be described or outlined by the Buddha's Eightfold Path. The sixth fold is joyful enthusiasm, contemplating the unlikeliness of us stumbling upon this teaching and this teacher is a great way to nurture that joyful enthusiasm. So let us chant this triplet, this set of 3 lines, and then relax again into mindfulness and meditation. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. It is extremely difficult to find such freedom and opportunities as we have. Now let us remove the first of 2 metaphoric training wheels and reduce our contemplative exercise from 12 syllables down to just 3. During our perceptive inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, "Notice this." And during our releasing exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite, "Relaxing." There will be moments in life where we feel tremendous resistance to our perceptions, to our emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings. For instance, as I woke up from this afternoon's disco nap, I had a very traumatic flashback to some cruelty I endured way back in junior high when the crust of the earth was still cooling. So when that happens to anybody, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who's had painful memories, cognition, relaxing is a wonderful method. It doesn't erase the path, but it helps us to pole vault over our resistance to the past. I wrote cognition. I should have highlighted recollect, relaxing. That would have been more accurate. When we recall a traumatic event, we will feel dynamic emotions, sometimes glorious, quite often grotesque. So that's an excellent time to play with the labels emotion, relaxing. And you'll find the emotion does not go away, but our resistance to it does go away, and we're able to harness that energy and harness it to turn the wheels and gears and cogs of our metaphoric meditation machine. And even if and sometimes we experience emotions psychically, sometimes we experience them physically. Sensation, relaxing. Now, please remember, our job is not to perfectionistically strain to pick the perfect label within the shortest amount of time. Life is messy. We're born naked, screaming, and covered in goo. Meditation's messy. It's okay to give yourself permission to at times have a shallow learning curve. Our second sutric recitation will strengthen the first fold of the Eightfold Path, the wisdom of letting go. The key is to contemplate impermanence, not to believe it, but just play with the idea. Please chant with me. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Being impermanent, everyone who was born will die. Though poignant these words may be, they do not negate the need for meditation and mindfulness. So now let us remove the second of two metaphoric training wheels and reduce our mindfulness and meditation exercises down to just one syllable each. During our perceptive inhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, and during our relaxing exhalation, we could silently and mentally recite the monosyllabic verb ease, which functions as a synonym for relax. So clearly, I need to use poetic license when reducing three-syllable labels down to one-syllable labels. So when you feel a physical phenomena, you could describe that, label that using the noun form. When you feel emotional phenomena, you could label that using the verb feel. When you feel when you get lost in the past, or the future, you could play with you could use you could use preposition then as a label. And when you find yourself in fantasy, be it glorious or grotesque, you could use the verb dream. The next couplet that we shall chant reminds us of interdependence. Now, we eschew the path of being rigid, fearful, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. And instead of trying to manipulate ourselves to avoid doing the wrong thing out of fear of punishment, instead of doing that, we choose to traverse the path of being loving, of being flexible, loving, laid back, egalitarian, lucid, cooperative, and kind. And to remind ourselves that we are not impotent. We can influence the world around us one entity at a time. We can comfort people with our hugs or with our words. Let us chant. The results of a virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. The results of a virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. The results of a virtuous and harmful actions are inevitable. In Dzogchen, we teach that the fundamental duality of Buddhism is pushing and pulling, or hoping and fearing. Hoping for reward and fearing punishment will just mire us deeper in duality. But to sincerely be enthusiastic to nurture those around us will strengthen our experience of the second fold of wishing love, which is the second fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. Now, there are some people who say you shouldn't wish at all, but if they disagree with the Buddha, that's up to them. I'm not going to waste my breath on them. Now, together as a team, let us meditate as profoundly as Qui-Gon Jinn on Naboo. One of the keys to compassion is vulnerability to the slings and arrows of our own misfortune, regardless of how grandiose or insignificant it may be. Being vulnerable to our own hardships makes us empathetic to the sufferings of others, whether those sufferings be petty or whether they be genocidal in scale. Together. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like an ocean of suffering. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like an ocean of suffering. The three realms we experience as some sort of cycle or like an ocean of suffering. If you've just joined us, welcome aboard. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. We're now going to relax in mindfulness and meditation by silently and mentally reciting the demonstrative pronoun this during each perceptive inhalation, and by silently and mentally reciting the monosyllabic verb ease during each relaxing exhalation. And let us cultivate joyful enthusiasm by chanting the following triplet. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. Remembering this, may my mind turn toward Dharma. And again, let's relax into mindfulness and meditation. Again, let us water the seeds of enthusiasm by chanting the following quatrain. From now until I reach a very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until I reach the very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. From now until I reach the very heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama who embodies the three jewels. So that's just a fancy way of saying that your teachers, by emulating your teacher's example, by applying your teacher's instructions, and by hanging out with your teacher's students, physically or digitally, it will help you to master the Buddha's path. Nothing spooky, nothing supernatural. This quatrain waters the seeds of wishing love, the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. From now until samsara is emptied, may I bring about benefit and happiness for all beings as if they have each been my kind mothers. By the way, I probably should have mentioned this previously, but what we're doing right here, this mindfulness meditation, are the seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. So now we come to Tantra's mandala offering, whose training reminds us that 50% of the Buddha's Eightfold Path pertains to loving kindness, and 75% of that pertains to just kind communication, kind conduct, and kind commerce. And this exercise helps make us mindful of this. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my loves to the three jewels. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my loves to the three jewels. To perfect the two accumulations, I offer the body's wealth and splendor of all my loves to the three jewels. So here's an example of that. There's nothing wrong with having a job or having a business. Nothing wrong with that at all. But know when to check out, know when to call it a day. And it's okay to leave some time in our week, some energy in our week to use whatever expertise we have in the selfless, non-remunerated service of those around you, be they relatives or neighbors or friends or family. To use our skill set, our hard-won skill set, just because we love meeting others' needs, a fraction, and using just a fraction of a week to do that is a beautiful thing. In my enthusiasm to do that way back in the mid 80s, I tried to share my fitness expertise with my spiritual mentors against their will. Yes, I was that overbearing, obnoxious guy in a polo shirt. That was me. If you have just joined us, welcome aboard. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Again, let us return to the energy work, the also known as completion stage, Tantra's energy work, by placing our hands together in the puckered palm position overhead, and together let's chant. Let's chant the figurative verbiage. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations on Vajrasattva. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations on Vajrasattva. Dorje Sampa, inseparable from my Lama, is above the crown of my head. Nectar flows from him, purifying my obscurations on Vajrasattva. Another nickname for mindfulness and meditation is Great Completion Stage. Tonight we're going to play with resets of 4 mantra meditations. So we're going to start the first set of 4 right now, and their common denominator is going to be the practice of love and letting go. If I'm making a yucky face, this lid on my glass of water makes the water taste peppery. Pepper is great on some things, but not on water. Anyway, now it's time for a bit of the old Tikle energy work. Puckered palms together in front of the sternum. Dissolving into light diamond, my father and mother and father blend with me, an experience of God's oneness. So I'm going to reverse the sequence, not because I'm sexist. But because this position is known as the Vajra throne. And the woman straddles the male. So first the male sits down, then the woman sits on top of him. So that's just the way things work. That's the only way I know to make that position work. Dissolving into light, I'm in mind, father and mother, blend with me, an experience of God's oneness. Dissolving into light, diamond, father and mother, dissolve into light. Blend with me an experience of God's oneness. Dissolving into light, diamond, mind, father and mother, blend with me an experience of God's oneness. And now, I misspoke a few moments ago. Now we're going to practice 4 variations of love and letting go. The Buddha thought it was useful to organize our experience in terms of 4 bases of mindfulness: the mental, the interpersonal, the physical, and the circumstantial. So we're going to begin tonight with the mental. May all minds of all beings now be as wise and peaceful as the mind of a Buddha, of flow symbolized by a bija, one syllable seed mantra humorti clay drop. We use similes and metaphors because we evolved to think symbolically. Now we're going to take this same wish and shrink it down into one concise sentence. We're going to divide it between our inhalation and our exhalation. Our job is not to visualize, our job is not to believe. We are simply playing with words to strengthen or work out our loving intention. That's it. During our inhalation, we're going to silently and mentally recite that concise wish. During our exhalation, we're going to physically relax as best we can while chanting this 6-syllable mantra. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. This exercise of mindfulness and meditation is known by many names, including Trek Cho or Slice Through, wherein we slice through the fundamental duality of dread and desire. I should say, the tyranny of the duality of dread and desire. Now let us pole vault over our interpersonally competitive tendencies. May all relationships of all beings now be as loving and joyful as a real or imagined Buddhist communication symbolized by the 6-syllable mantra. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum, Om Vajra Sarva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Now we're going to leap over our physically competitive tendencies. May all bodies of all beings now enjoy the beautiful health depicted in Buddhist thought of the blissful body of a yidam of lore and archetype of enlightenment. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Let us leap over our circumstantial competition. May all circumstances or lots of all beings know have the safety, good fortune, or boon, as a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or team. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Welcome to this evening's live stream. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum, Om Vajra Salva Hum. In preparation for our second set of 4 mantra meditations, let us review the meaning of emptiness. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever we notice during our previous inhalation could feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although compelling to the eye, is not graspable to the hand. For our second set of 4 mantra meditations, we're going to contemplate awareness and letting go. We're going to start by leapfrogging over circumstantial clinging. Let's chant a rather lengthy rhetorical question. How is it that as we inhale all common lots of circumstances could appear quite vivid, yet as we relax into our exhalation they could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined paradise or vati of light? We're going to take this enormous 5-line question and shrink it down into a single-line rhetorical question that we're going to break in half, kind of like a to expire. Now, at first glance, these similes and metaphors can seem like a burden. Why do we play with them? Because we evolved to think symbolically. And when we use simile and metaphor, we speak to a very ancient level of our mind. If you're a Generation Xer like myself, you may remember, when I say ancient level of the mind, you may remember the William Hurt movie, Altered States. Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. Remember, it's very important to physically relax as best you can during the recitation of the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. Despite the enormity of our prefrontal cortex, the deeply transformative wisdom we seek is visceral. Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum, Om Vajrasattva Hum. Oh, is it that as we inhale, our common bodies or forms could feel quite sensual? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined archetype or yidam of light. Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum How is it that as we inhale the interpersonal experience of common communication or speech could be quite resounding? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, it could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined mantra of light. Let's see something here. Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Om Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum Vajra Sarva Hum How is it that as we inhale we could perceive mind's common functions clearly? Yet as we relax into our exhalation, they could feel as non-graspable as a real or imagined boom of light. And what do we mean by mind's common functions? Perceptions. Such as sight, sound, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, but also things such as emotion, intention, thought, memory, and imagination. We can perceive them as we breathe in, but as we relax into our exhalation, they feel quite non-graspable. Vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum. Om vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum. Om vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum. Om vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum, vajra salva hum. Puckered palms overhead. How am I like torching offshore in the sky in front of me? My rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. How am I like torching offshore in the sky in front of me? My rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. How am I like torching offshore in the sky in front of me? My rude Lama could appear in the form of Padmakara. Embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Embodiment of all Lamas of the three times, embodiment of all Buddhas of the three times most excellent Rude Lama, I pray to you. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives and in the Bardo. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives and in the Bardo. Hold me with your compassion in this and future lives and in the Bardo. Bless me always throughout the three times, O Mahum Vajra Guru Mama Siddhi Hum. Bless me always throughout the three times, O Mahum Vajra Guru Mama Siddhi Hum. Bless me always throughout the three times, O Mahum Vajra Guru Mama Siddhi Hum. Please place your puckered palms before your sternum. May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightenment from speech and mind. May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightenment from speech and mind. May I receive all the blessings and empowerments of enlightenment from speech and mind. For the next 6 sets of mantra meditation, we're going to play with bliss and letting go. Please place your puckered palms before your forehead. Om Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatita Siri Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Please place your right hand palm up in your lap and your left hand upon that. Left hand also palm up upon that. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatita Siri Hum. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite this rhetorical question. As we exhale, we physically relax as best we can into this 12-syllable mantra. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Please place your puckered palms before your throat. Benzo Guru Kaya Wakatita Siri Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Om Ahum Varara Guru Manmaziri 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 Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Umomahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Umomahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Umomahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Please place the center of your left palm over your navel. Please place the center of your right palm over that. Benzo Guru Gaya Wakazita. Benzo Guru Gaya Wakatita Siddhi Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Please place your puckered palms before your sternum and recite. Benzo Guru Kaya Waka Titi Sita. Let's try this again. Benzo Guru Waka. Benzo Guru Kaya Waka Sita Siddhi Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with... Take two. The Lama dissolves into light and blends with me in a wholesome separability. Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Omahum Varara Guru Manmaziri Hum. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. For this evening's final mantra meditation, we're going to practice the union of awareness and letting go. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama. 1 second here. I behold the true face of the ultimate Lama, the union of spontaneous awareness and emptiness. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri, Omahum Vararaguru Manmaziri. We now rehearse Powa's transference of consciousness at the time of death, when our mind coalesces at our heart, and we are then able to let go, as if that self-same mind had shot through, up, out the crown of our head, and had dissolved into the vast expanse. A rehearsal of relaxing into inevitability. Puckered palms overhead. I pray to the protector Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Powa. I pray to the protector Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Powa. I pray to the protector Amitabha, bless me that I may master the profound path of Powa. Puckered palms before the sternum for this evening's final meditation. I now give my body wealth and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. I now give my body wealth and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. I now give my body wealth and virtuous qualities wholeheartedly to all beings as if they had each been my kind mothers. Let's seal our practice with a bit of the old well-wishing. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. Without hindrance may I ensure enormous benefit for all beings. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 2/3 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.